Hi, I'm Ananya. I'm a junior content manager with Trip 101. Today, joining me here is Brittany. She's the senior sales manager at the Island Resort in Okaloosa Island. And she's going to tell us about a beautiful property that they have over there. Welcome to the session with us today, Brittany. I'm very pleased to speak to you today.
Thank you. You as well. We're excited.
The Island Resort is another property that we are featuring under our Fabulous Beach Stay series. We're very excited to know more about this property. But before we do that, I want to know a little bit more about you, Brittany. How long have you been working at the resort?
I've been at the resort for 3 years now. Actually, this month, October, will mark 3 years.
Oh, wow. And how old is the property itself? How long it has been hosting guests?
So the property is a historic staple in our area and has been around since the late 1960s. And we just underwent a huge renovation in 2020 of the property.
Oh, the pandemic marked a major event for the property.
Yeah,
Oh,
it marked a time it slowed down and it allowed us to finish some projects that needed to be done.
oh, great. And where exactly are you located in Fort Walton Beach?
Yeah, so our address is Fort Walton Beach, but our location is on Okaloosa Island. You do have to cross a bridge to get to our location, and we're directly beachfront on the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, nice. So, since we're featuring you in the Fabulous Beach Stay series, tell me more about the beach that you have at the property.
Yeah, of course. The island resort is on a stretch of private beach access that is 600 feet, where a guest can enjoy the sugar white quartz sand. There are many activities that they can enjoy on the beach, from umbrella and chair rentals to kayaks, paddleboarding, and viewing the wildlife right at that beach access as well.
Oh, wow. So, guests can also view wildlife while staying at the property.
Yes, a lot of times they'll be lucky enough to see dolphins swim by, sometimes sea turtles, fish. It's quite amazing.
Oh, wow. And you mentioned that it's sugar white sand that you have.
Yes. Our sand on the panhandle area is a bit different than other beach areas. You'll really see that bright white color. A lot of times people will think it's snow in the pictures.
Oh, yeah, that's so cool. And that coast is the Emerald Coast, right? Like the water, the color of the water is also a little bit different.
Right. A lot of places will have that blue color, but we're known as the Emerald Coast due to the bright emerald color of the waters, especially during the season. And it's very beautiful to see in person.
Oh, that's yeah, great. And what times of the year are the best times to visit the island resort? Do you have a season when you're really quite busy?
Yeah, so spring and summer are the most popular with, of course, spring break and summer vacations. However, the slower fall months like September and October can be the best time to visit as well because the weather is still warm and you'll have fewer crowds in the area.
Both times of the year can be pretty good. Is the weather
Right.
pretty similar all through the year?
It'll still be warm in the fall months, just less humid. So definitely June, July, August, you're going to get that Florida sunshine. September and October will still have beautiful weather from the 80s to 70s. So it's still great to enjoy the beach.
That's great. And during these busy months, how much in advance should guests usually be booking with you if they want to stay?
If they're looking to book during our busier season, like spring and summer, it's recommended that you book 6 months to a year in advance for the best room availability.
Okay. So almost a year in advance is when one should start planning.
Right, if they want to come during the busy season, yes.
Okay. And what are the best rooms that you have on the property? Which ones do you recommend to someone who wants to have a really good beach stay?
I would definitely recommend one of our Gulf View rooms in our beach tower. They'll be from the floors 2 to 5. So it'll really provide a great view of the Gulf of Mexico, and they can enjoy sitting on their balconies to watch the sunrise or the sunset at any time.
Okay. So the Gulf View rooms are the ones that one should go for.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And they'll have the option of double queens or king beds, depending on how many will be sleeping in the room.
And are there any rooms that open directly onto the beach as well?
So we have our unique Gulf Dune view rooms. So they'll be on the first floor and they'll have quick access to the beach. So they can walk out the back door from their room onto their patio, right onto the beach access. So just steps away.
Ah, okay. So the Gulf view and the Gulf view rooms are the ones that sea
Yes.
lovers should go for.
Right on the first floor. Yep.
So in the 3 years that you've been working at the island resort, what do you feel yourself as something special about resort?
I would say we're really a one-stop shop and we have something for everybody. Whether you're a family, a couple, or a solo traveler, there's going to be so many activities and amenities that we offer from our kids' activities to karaoke, yoga, fireworks on certain evenings, full moon parties. There's really just something for everybody. And with all of our amenities, even just for food and beverage, you really don't have to leave once you step foot onto the property.
So once you've arrived at the island resort, you'll have a full vacation within the confines of the
Yes.
property itself.
Yeah. Hmm.
So
Yeah.
what are the dining options that you have for your guests?
Yes. So we have 5 dining options. We have our coastal kitchen. We have our Triptide Beach Bar. We have our famous swim up grotto pool bar and the Island Grill and our island food truck as well.
And what are your special dishes? What are the ones that guests come back for?
The mojito snapper is probably one of the best dishes on our coastal kitchen menu. Our Baja tacos are another popular dish as well.
Is there a dish that you especially like?
I love the mojito snapper as well. The snapper is a local fish, so that's one of my favorites.
One can dine at all 5 of these restaurant dining options all through the day, like they're open throughout.
So the coastal kitchen is open for breakfast and dinner. During the day, the Island Grill will be their option for lunch, as well as the food truck having some light bites and snacks throughout the day. And then if they need some quick grab and go options, we have our gift shop as well that's open day and night.
And what are the kind of events that you keep hosting through the year?
Yes, we have dive-in movies where they can swim in the pool and watch a movie. There is live music almost daily during season, and we have DJ poolside parties, fireworks shows. We have s'mores at our fire pits. We have our famous Misty the Mermaid on site, and she's our resident mermaid. And she captivates guests of all ages with her charm and tales from the deep. And guests can also purchase her children's book, The Missing Tiara, in our gift shop as well.
Oh, wow. So, what's the idea behind having a resident mermaid?
I think it just really captures the essence of being on the beach, the Gulf of Mexico, the magic and charm of the Emerald Coast. So she's really been a mascot for the island.
Oh, yeah, that's so cool. I'm sure the kids especially enjoy interacting with her.
Yes, the kids love Misty the Mermaid, and we even offer birthday parties with Misty the Mermaid for those who wish to have some more one-on-one time with her.
Nice. What are some of the other amenities that you have at the property?
As far as amenities, we have multiple pools on site. We have our cabana pool, which is heated throughout the year. So even in the off season, guests can still enjoy swimming in the pool. Our hot tub. We have the famous grotto swim up pool bar. So the grotto pool, guests will be able to swim underneath the waterfall and go right into the swim up bar. We have our Triptide Beach Bar, which is very popular, especially for sunset viewing and live music in the evenings during the season. So I would say those are the most popular.
Yeah. So that's so cool that like you have an attraction within the property itself, like a waterfall
Right.
uh, with a grotto.
Yes.
So it's a huge hit among guests.
Oh, yes. They love it.
What about Okaloosa Island itself? Like, what would you say is the vibe of the island like?
I would say nearby, if guests are looking to immerse themselves into the local community, we're right next door to the boardwalk, which will offer multiple shops and restaurants, as well as the fishing pier where they can go to fish or they can simply go to just view water life, such as the sea turtles, dolphins, jellyfish. And then one popular attraction in the area is Crab Island, which right across from our resort, guests can rent a pontoon boat and take a short trip to Crab Island, a very popular sandbar where guests can hang out and enjoy the water throughout the day.
Oh, nice. Do you help organize these tours to Crab Island as well?
On site, we don't necessarily book them. However, we can recommend the companies in our area that can arrange that for the guest.
Ah, okay. And are there lots of crabs on the Crab Island as well?
I would say now, not so much due to all the boats and people. But back in the day, I hear there was a ton of crabs once it was an actual island.
Ah, okay. Now it's pretty safe to go. You won't be surrounded by crabs.
Oh no.
Okay. And what are like you mentioned that the fishing pier is the one which has a lot of restaurants and all. So what sort of cuisines can one enjoy over there when visiting?
They have a variety of options from a taco restaurant to local seafood cuisine to a burger bar. So there's quite a bit to choose from, even if someone doesn't necessarily want seafood, there'll still be some options as well.
Mhm. Okay. So, plenty of food options within the island resort and outside if you want to enjoy multiple cuisines. What are some of the other attractions on the island itself or in the vicinity?
Another popular attraction would be the Gulfarium. So that's right on the other side of the boardwalk. Guests can easily walk to the Gulfarium and view dolphin shows, sea lion shows. They can see even alligators, penguins, fish. So it's really a neat place to explore.
I'm sure families especially must enjoy visiting the island to go to one of these shows where they can spot animals.
Absolutely. And if it's something more geared towards adults, then there is the Harbor Walk Village that is nearby that will have multiple shops, restaurants, bars, as well as the actual harbor where there are fishing charters. Guests can arrange if they want to go inshore or deep sea fishing. So that's not far from the island as well.
So both kids and adults can have fun when they're visiting.
Yes, absolutely.
What would you like if there's a prospective guest who reaches out to you? What would your tips be for them? Something that they should not forget to bring with them when they're coming to the island resort?
I would just say don't forget to pack your swimsuits, cover ups, a good pair of flip flops or beach shoes, and of course, some sunscreen because you're definitely going to need it.
What does a day look like for a guest once they arrive at the island resort? They're at the property, what would they usually do?
Ideally, check in the afternoon, drop their bags off to their room, maybe head down to the Triptide Beach Bar and enjoy the live music and a cold beverage, and then they can watch the sunset that evening for their first night in.
Oh, yeah. Ending the day with a sunset is a perfect beach stay
Yes.
activity for sure. Yeah, those were all great suggestions and tips. I'm sure the
Thank you.
viewers will find the information useful. Is there anything else that you would like your prospective guests to know?
I would just say that coming for a solo retreat or a family vacation, the island is the perfect venue. Even if they're looking for business, friends, family, it's a one-stop shop.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a great venue for anyone and everyone who wants to have fun because the Emerald Coast and Okaloosa Island are pretty spectacular themselves. And from what you've told me, the island resort sounds like a perfect place to have a vacation. So thank you so much for sharing about the property today. I'm glad that you could join
Of
us.
course. Of course, and thank you for having us.
With that, I will sign off for today and bye bye.
Thank you.